That above me is an Apache attack helicopter. A friend of mine, good friend, is a pilot of an Apache helicopter. And you know what I'm telling you is we've got to keep the whole defense force in prayer right now. They're flying towards Syria. Syrian regime has sent an ultimatum to the Druze community of Germana. They said you have 5 days to lay down your weapons, surrender, or else massive reinforcements from Tahrir al-Shams will come and arrive in the village and attack them. This new Syrian regime, Jabhat al-Nusra, ISIS, I never had high hopes that they would suddenly be at peace with Israel. That ideology is not one of peace. And Netanyahu, Israel Katz have said, we're going to defend the Druze neighbors in Syria. We're going to defend these areas. We're not going to allow it to be built up again into a threat right on our border. And so watch out, because the forces are moving right now, our forces, to defend our Druze friends. So now Israel received this proposal. Steve Witkoff gave a proposal. He's the U.S. envoy to Israel. And he said, let's do a ceasefire through Ramadan until end of March. Till March 29th, and including Passover until April 19th, and release half the hostages, both living and dead. There's about 60 left, so release about 30. And that'll give some time to see if some permanent arrangement of some kind can be reached. After a 4-hour security meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the defense minister and so on and so forth, we said, okay, we agree to that. Hamas says we absolutely reject that. We do not want a ceasefire with Israel to continue. We want Israel out. We want all the army out. We want to keep Hamas in power. We can't agree to that. So the ceasefire aims to allow for further negotiations, but they don't want to negotiate. They said, we're not giving any more hostages. And so we said, well, look, we're not going to allow for any more aid. They already have a huge overstocking of food that has come in there. And so we said, look, at this moment, it's going back to full-on war. Ceasefire's over, and that's it. They don't want to even discuss anything. Okay, you can't negotiate with terrorists, and that's that's what we're discovering again. We're realizing, and we committed to securing the release of all the hostages, but Israel has not directly threatened to renew hostilities or to renew this war in full-fledged war, not like now, little missions. And so they've rejected the United States ceasefire proposal to continue it till after Passover. So it looks like really what I said yesterday, within a few weeks, maybe up to 6 weeks, Israel will move with overwhelming force. And we will have thousands and thousands, some say 50,000, some say more, in a coordinated multi-front attack to conquer the entire Gaza Strip and eradicate them once and for all from the north, the center, the south. And so we'll have airstrikes, we'll have every kind of predator drone, every single thing, enemies beware, and they right now, they have been exploiting the aid, the food that's been they've been taking it, jumping on the trucks, killing the drivers. Enough's enough with all this, and so Trump says, hey, take 150 days to complete the entire war and see if you can't do it in that time. And so, we got to be able to remove these Gazans. They should go to Sinai. They should go to Indonesia. They should go somewhere. But this is going to be wild. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Secretary of Defense Rubio signed an order defining the incoming arms deal, all of the weapons that are on their way here now from America. And we have to pay this back, but 35,500 MK-84 and BLU-110 heavy bombs, and whole ton MK-84s. It's another heavy bomb, about a ton, weighs about a ton. And these were delayed. These were delayed by the former U.S. administration. And now, just what I suggested should come, which is bunker busters that can go deep into these tunnels. Yeah, a bunch of bunker buster type bombs are on their way. They got the 4,000 BLU-109 bunker busters. That was what was used to help eliminate Nasrallah, if you remember, underground, deep underground. It can be useful on attack. Now, don't forget that the Houthis, so we have got the Houthis also said they're going to resume with their hypersonic missiles intense attacks. Iran swore to resume the massive attacks. So what's going to happen here? Yeah, we have half tons, we have the 5,000 G-dams, and these different types. But here's what people don't know is, sure, they approved another $4 billion in military assistance. And since Trump got in, he just got in, right? He approved nearly $12 billion But what people don't really know is that we, in 2022 alone, we gave $20 billion back to the U.S. economy. So it's a return on investment. Very, very good to invest in Israel. We pay what we owe. And so while you hear people around the world saying death to America, death to Israel, we say it's time to tell terrorists that terror just doesn't pay. Right now, we're going to open the ski resort. We got our guys in Mountains Brigade 810 completing operational preparations to reopen the Mount Hermon ski resort. And I love how these executive orders, you got Trump signing with the Department of Justice, signing a federal task force that will go and protect Jewish students at 10 major universities like Southern California, Harvard, New York University, George Washington University, Columbia, and so on. So Berkeley and whatever. So we're not going to go back to a season where students have to hide, where they're being thrown out. No, we're going to have a task force. America will have a task force established in these universities. So this is really, really great. And friends, I just want to say this is the time to be strong, just like Esther coming up soon. This is the time where the enemies will be defeated. And, there's that Psalms 83 I read where they say, let's wipe Israel out. It's not going to happen. We're standing strong together.